final. Here we go. In fact, here we go again. Because for the second time in a row, I find myself in the final to fight for the title of European Champion EuroNASCAR 2. Last year I was the favorite, while this year I'm the one who's chasing. It would now seem that the championship is decided between three drivers: Vladimir Osiortis, Alberto Naska, Paul Jouffreau. And this is the standings. As you will know, double points will be scored today, both in race 1 and race 2. So you can have all the advantage you want, but anyway, the championship will ultimately be won by whoever wins the race. And I'll tell you more, with the double points, virtually anyone on the top 10 in the standings can win the title. So, may the best man win, let's have a battle, let's put on a show, and let's, at least this year, take it home. Okay, but how much chance do we realistically have of taking it home? Well, calculations in hand, let's start by saying that Osiortis does not have to win at all. As for Jouffreau, well, if I win race 1, I could get behind him in race 2 and still be champion. So it's not that bad actually, especially because this year we have some luck on our side, because the final today is run in Zolder, a track where we always have gone fast. But as usual, we have always the same problem. My opponents do double duty, so they spend twice as much, they do twice as many kilometers, and so they go faster. I don't have the budget of my opponents. I start with a big disadvantage. So what is the only thing I can do to take the victory, besides hoping for some bad luck for the others? Well, commit myself 110% and scrape the bottom of the barrel to get more miles. We booked an extra session on Thursday, so let's make it work for us.
Non è asciutto ancora.
Però per Jimmy è da slick, sì.
Can I say the session was useful? I mean, everything is useful, okay? Always. More than anything, it made me realize what I'm going to expect this weekend. The total unknown. The track will be half wet, half dry, slicks to kill, rain to throw away. So we destroyed the tires because the track dried. So at least I said, okay, now Jimmy's gonna go in with the slick tires, right? It started to rain again. This is how the weekend is going to be. Dry, wet, dry, wet, dry, wet. One year ago I was here, on the 88, sunny, a million points ahead, almost certain to win the title, and today, after only 1 year, I'm here again, but this time with the 54, with raining, chasing, and with fewer chances to win. I don't know about you, but I've always been fascinated by the way the time affects our lives. Some things change, others remain unchanged, others show up again unexpectedly. Like Bruno, my old friend who came to see me from Switzerland. He was my teammate in the virtual racing in 2006 with our factor 17 years ago. Wow. So I'm not superstitious, I will never be, but today I wanted to repeat the ritual. Last year I was drinking this beer and I was going to win 2 races. Yeah, I broke the gearbox, but I don't believe in bad luck, okay? In Most, I drank 1 beer and I won, so let's do it again.
per quanto riguarda comunque le prove libere, secondo me la cosa migliore da fare potrebbe non essere questa di fare il tentativo qualifica. Sappi che non troverai mai un giro libero, pieno di persone sicuramente, però avendo 2 treni di gomme nuove sicuramente bisogna usarli.
Così entro, faccio i giri che devo fare, e metto gomma nuova, entro e uso la gomma nuova. Entro, ok, nel secondo turno facciamo simulazione qualifica. Well, today is Christmas. You know why? Look at this. New tires and another set of new tires. Yeah, today on Friday I will shoot for the first time in my life at least, because everybody else seems to do it every race. 2 new sets of tires. This is the last race we fight for the championship. I don't have budget, but I put my own money to cover this extra set of tires, and I'm doing everything I can to try and win this championship. This is motorsport, this is racing. Racing in unequal conditions, it's the essence of motorsport, and considering that my opponents are doing twice the kilometers that I do during the weekend, this is the only thing I can do to try and balance things. So 2,000 euros more. Let's hope they will be useful. Pros free practice begins. Stewart and Jufro are ready to drive, and me, I'm ready to watch. They are my opponents in the championship, and as you know, they do double duty. So they use the pro race as a training to go faster in my class. I can't drive, I have a disadvantage, so I have to compensate. Okay, but how? By increasing the effort. So I watch. I go to the edge of the track to watch where they brake, where they turn, where they put their wheels. I used to do that with the motorcycles when I would go and watch the better riders in the other classes. I used to learn a lot from them, and I do the same here. I can't drive, but I can watch, and I can try to steal some secrets from my opponents. As always, Jufro is super fast, but we are faster. Whoa! Kumpen P1, Ghirelli P1. Jufro P1, Naska P2, Ziortis missing.
Box, cambiamo gomma ora. Ultimo giro, dai, però se c'hai pista libera eccetera, fallo.
Did I or did I not tell you in the middle of the season that more than Ziortis we have to worry about Jufro? Jufro is really fast. Prima ce l'avevo più o meno, non quello però.
Però non era tanto meglio,
Nella EZ, nella variante Villeneuve, cioè quando faccio tutti quei cambi di direzione così, tendo un po' a perdere il posteriore.
Jimmy and I are fighting for the championship today. He in the pro is leading. I in the 2 am chasing. I need all Jimmy's experience, all his skills to learn, to improve, to try and beat my opponents.
e a volte non prende bene l'appoggio, ma nel momento in cui mi dicono che ho fatto fucsia nel primo settore,
Dici forse sto al limite, quindi ci può stare.
probabilmente non abbiamo problemi là. Poi vabbè, continuo a bloccare andare lungo nel torrantino.
Ok.
E all'ultima
Prima o
seconda.
seconda?
Però
Io qui sotto. Vedete qua sta ancora guidando un po'.
Kumpen 37.6. Man, that's fast. Wow. I see Tsiortis struggling and I don't understand why. That's unexpected. But I see Jufro going super fast and yeah. He already did 5 sessions, I did 2. My first practice, I exaggerated, I went all in, but doing half of the laps of the others, the only way I have is try all in since the beginning. I found the limit, I think. It's hard to be competitive like this, but I'm doing my best. I'm starting to think about crowdfunding, you know. That could be the only way to fill the gap between me and the other drivers. Yeah, guys, I have 900,000 subscribers in the Italian channel. If everybody put €1, I could race 2 seasons in the Fanatec GT World Challenge.
Vuoi provare qualcosa con me? Vuoi provare qualcosa con me?
No,
Ok.
no, concentrati a far meglio che
Ok.
poi con quello che c'hai.
Va bene.
Senza mettere a chiattare per radio, senza me devi essere tu e chiuso. Se non c'è qualche problema, inutile che parli con lui. Concentrati a quello che devi fare.
FP2, second set of new tires. You know, for the standings, it doesn't do anything to be in front right now, but psychologically, I need it. It gives me the right confidence, and most importantly, it makes me realize if I understood where I need to put the wheels or not. So, down I go, head down, focused and relaxed, but responsive at the same time. It almost sounds like an oxymoron, but this is what makes motorsport so unique. Then I push like an animal, but without forcing. You have to dance between the curbs. You have to fly light. That is the only way to win races. P1, 2.5 tenths of a second to Jufro, 1.3 seconds to Tsiortis, with just half the mileage.
Li chiameremo il bavetta.
Sì, molta.
mi chiama Tsiortis, panico.
Non pervenuto.
Mamma mia.
Esco?
Allora, non lo so perché ho cambiato guida. Ho iniziato a frenare 5 metri prima per essere un po' più conservativo. Infatti l'ultimo giro ho detto sarà un 8 alto, un 9.0. Minchia, vedo 8.0 dico cazzo, ho fatto tutto più piano, è
Quindi è
uscito
più facile
8.0.
da guidare.
Probabile. No, magari è più facile perché ho iniziato a frenare 5 metri prima, quindi mi mettevo meno in difficoltà io stesso.
Allora se l'hai rifatto molto più tranquillamente è evidente che così è più semplice da guidare.
Sì, probabile.
Ci piace. Va bene ragazzi.
I should be happy, and I am. Damn right, I am. I would like to live in the present and go to sleep peacefully. But in motorsports, it doesn't work that way. Because you don't know whether the others are hiding or they're really doing wrong. And most of all, you don't know if you are doing something wrong. There is one thing that doesn't make me sleep at all peacefully, which is that at the Villeneuve chicane, when I pass on the bumps, I keep hitting hard with chassis, which is something I couldn't remember from last year. Why?
Che è successo? Niente. Spaccato il telaio, no?
Un pochino,
Sì?
mi ha dato un supporto duro per rovinarlo.
Veramente? Ricordali? Su quelle curve lì dove ci sono i bump gialli, ok? Non ho ancora capito come prenderli, perché ci sono delle volte che li piglio e picchia sotto, spancia la macchina e ci
questa,
picchia.
cioè, questa è la curva, se qui c'è il coso giallo, se tu ci sali leggermente sopra e poi discendi e in fondo c'è tutti i passi cucina, è normale che tocchi sotto, cioè è logico che se tu lo fai 50 volte sei un assassino, va bene. Se tu lo fai una volta perché c'hai l'esigenza di farlo una volta,
Dobbiamo provare tutto.
noi dobbiamo provare tutto,
Cioè dobbiamo assicurarci di tutto.
Noi da parte nostra dobbiamo dare la macchina perfetta al 120%, non al 100, al 120%. Poi dopo quello che dovete fare voi altri, non ci posso fare niente.
No. Lì no.
Però noi da parte nostra dobbiamo dare la macchina perfetta.
Come diceva.
Andiamo su con un paletto, più avanti.
If I was with the Mercedes GT3, this would have been 80k of damage. But fortunately, with EuroNASCAR, everything is fixed with just a couple of swears and a welder lent by our opponents.
Chi l'hai rubata?
Grazie Orsis.
Ma veramente? Ci hanno presa la saldatrice.
Ma sì, ci vogliono bene comunque.
È così la NASCAR, ci si presta alle robe tra avversari.
Yeah, these are stories you only heard in motorsports back in the day. But nowadays it's 2023 and you still hear them. Only here though. Because EuroNASCAR is like taking us back in time. But apart from that, there is a big problem. This is my best today, 1380. This is my best from last year, 1376. This is not good news, because I didn't get stupid this year. I was driving on the limit today. But what's going on? Why am I slower now? We just found out something worrying. Last year, we were braking 50 meters earlier, and yet we were cornering faster and exiting faster. Wow, but what did we change? The setup. Both me and Jimmy, with the old setup, we were going faster. So, what do we do now? Do we just stay on this slow setup? Or do we do the crazy thing of changing it now and re-enter qualifying blindly? Qualifying. So far we have tried, experienced, played, but now the music has changed. Every single kilometer we do from now on is crucial. There is no going back, no mistakes allowed. Tsiorsis was lost in the fog yesterday. Jufro, on the other hand, was flying. I'm starting to think that my only opponent this weekend will be Jufro. The track is wet, but it's drying. The pros go in, Tsiorsis and Jufro also go in. But all the eyes on my box are on Jimmy. This weekend he's fighting for the pro title. A title he has been chasing for 10 years.
That everybody is on slicks. I would think that those...
Look at who is in P1 and P2! Jufro and Tsiorsis! And that's okay, it means I'll have to try harder.
Let's take a look at the first at the main straight again. Jufro just heading down the pit lane now.
Well, after hours and hours of telemetry consultations and analysis, the team made a decision that could completely turn the weekend upside down.
They just told me they changed the setup. We went back to the old one. It was faster. I had the feeling, but yeah, I'll have to get used in the qualifying. It's not gonna be easy.
I don't know what to think. I don't know. On the one hand, I'm really happy, because I know the old setup was much faster. But on the other hand, I'm aware that it's a very hard setup, and I have to get used to it again in just 20 minutes. Meanwhile, Jouffreau scores an incredible pole position in the Pro. 1.4 seconds ahead of P2. Who cares? I can do better than that. I just have to give it my all. It's now or never.
Session. I think it's another session.
Ooh, what a horrible conditions, mamma mia. The track is drying out, but the curbs continue to be full wet.
So there's Naska across the line. He's the first driver to go sub 140.
Okay, it's pretty hard to warm up tires, and I see a huge traffic in front of me, so you know what? Let's go back to the pit lane and check the pressures.
Box questo giro, al momento sei P1, box questo giro.
Sì, Manu, ma non hai idea del giro, ho frenato sul rettilineo per evitare doppiati,
Tira fino alla fine perché dovevo fare la bolla a tutti i costi, non ci frega niente da continuare con me.
There we go. Now the track is clear, and every lap the track is drying out and the lap times are improving. I must push until the end, until the last corner. Okay, so everything is good. I have plenty of laps to try to make the pole position. Now I just have to focus to warm up tire properly, and then I can start. Oh, no, 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 no way. No! I did a massive flat spot because the throttle got stuck at 100%. It just wasn't coming up. I can't believe it. I destroyed the front right tire. Damn!
There is the 54 of Naska. Naska, of course, on his first flying lap after a visit to the pit lane. So let's see.
We don't like easy things, right? Damn. Now this is the first lap time. I did good. It was a 38.9. I mean, I improved from earlier, but it's still really slow. It's really hard to drive with the flat spots.
Claudio Remeggio Capelli goes top, so Alberto Naska has improved.
Nessuno che sta veramente migliorando.
Second lap time, let's see how it went. 38.8, it's still slow, so I need to improve right now. We get to the braking of the turn 1. Be careful in the exit, not to touch the curb too hard because it's still wet. Like this, good traction. Now I can't see anything, the sun is on my face. I remember it to brake. We got to turn 2. It was not that bad actually. A little bit of understeer, but it's still good. Turn 3, we do it flat. Look at the track, it's still wet outside of the racing line. Now look at this. Pretty light on the braking, a little bit of oversteer in the exit, but that was good. That was good. That was good. Now, this is one of the hardest corners of the track. Look at this, we brake at 100 meters. We jump all over the curb on the left. We touch almost the tires on the right. Be careful not to hit them, because otherwise that means pretty bad crash. Now we get to the Villeneuve chicane. Pretty hard braking while still turning in. Downshift to second. We cut the curb on the right, cut on the left. Be careful, the track is still slippery here. Look at this, look at how I'm fighting with the steer. Now look at this, we're getting to the last sector of the track. I can't see anything here. Here is still wet, so be careful with the brakes. Not to exaggerate, not too early in the turning. Like this, cut the curbs and full throttle down on the last straight before the final corner, the final chicane. Let's try not to be greedy here. You don't want to brake at 100 meters, but 110, 120 meters. Cut the first chicane, cut the second curve, and boom, flat out in the exit. That traction was good. The traction was good. That was a 38.2. Come on, that was good. That means P1 with 2 minutes to go. Whoa. Okay, that can't be enough because the track is drying and maybe somebody's going to improve. So, this is the last try.
Ultimo giro. Vai,
1
vai.
minute to go. I let go Claudio Capelli. I wait for him to go and then I use him as a tow. Go. This is the final try. The time is almost over. The last chance to improve my previous lap times. Let's try to be faster than before. We get to the hard braking of turn 1. Let's turn in. Let's try to go early on the throttle. No. Ah! God damn it. I touched the wet with the right rear and I lost it.
Could that be pole position? Here comes Gifro. Coming across the line now, Paul Gifro. Let's see what kind of time he puts in. 38.2 to beat, he's done it. A 1:38.078 for Paul Gifro.
P3 all'ultimo giro.
Veramente.
Pole position, Paul Giuffreau. He just fooled me by 0.2 seconds on the very last lap. But do you know what's even crazier? P2, Claudio Capelli. If I just followed him in that final lap and I didn't do that mistake, I could have taken the pole with Claudio's tow. I don't know what to say. I gave it my everything, but that flat spot didn't really help at all.
Cambi di direzione e quando vai a dare il gas c'è molta più trazione. Cos'è che mi ha inculato? Che in tutti questi punti dove è stupenda c'era nel cordoli con tanto d'acqua. Io all'uscita dell'ultima variante l'anno scorso massacravo tutti, gli saltavo in testa proprio, perché? Perché la giravo, cambio di direzione, su tutto il cordolo e la macchina usciva fuori a cannone. Adesso invece tagliavo il cordolo, era bagnato, scusava, arrivavo sul cordolo esterno, era bagnato, capito? Avrei dovuto fare una linea completamente diversa senza sfruttare il potenziale di questo sito qua.
This pole was really important. I don't know what to say. Yesterday 38.0 with a dry track and perfect conditions. Today 38.3 with wet curbs. I really gave everything. I rewatched the lap and I didn't see any mistakes. So probably in the last 3 minutes of the session the track dried up again and there I could have done 37. That's it. Relearning from scratch a different setup in one session is so hard. I did the best I could, it just wasn't enough.
It's raining. Actually, this is the pro grid, but things are getting serious. So Ercoli starts in P4. His direct rival Ghirelli P5. Giuffro pole position in the pro. Then Maggi, Lasser also fighting for the championship. And it's raining. This is gonna be crazy.
Umida, molto umida.
Wet? It's not wet, it's pouring rain. The pro race is expected to be a massacre. The start is postponed. Everybody changing tires on the grid, rain tires, dry setup, and play for the championship like this. Jimmy Ercoli must finish ahead of Ghirelli and Lasser at all costs. Ghirelli starts behind, Lasser in front, formation lap, something unthinkable happens.
Now heading out onto the circuit, but Gianmarco Ercoli's car. For anyone on slicks, but there are certain parts of that circuit. Tyres. That's going to become more and more prominent as the race goes on. Tobias. Well, he goes to the inside line. Has he got the car stopped? It looks like he does. He has the inside line. Ercoli with damage on the car. A legacy of contact under safety car, and maybe there's some damage.
Jimmy Ercoli in wet flies. That race should have been a total domination. Instead, it turned into a rout. The car is destroyed. Jimmy losing on every lap. It's an agony. An agony. Final results. Lasser P1, Ghirelli P6, Ercoli P10 with double points. Championship thrown away just like that. I can't believe it. And now there is another problem. In the crash, the front frame got bent. If you want to change it, there is no time. The only solution is to straighten it. Another difficult job for car racing.
Sì, ma se devo rischiare di più rischio domani.
Certo, questo
It's done. Car repaired. I'm ready for race 1. The hour of the truth. The first blow in which the weekend could be decided. The first match point. We have come to this after victories and defeats, joys and sorrows, all in the midst of suffering, injustice, stolen victories. But we never gave up, we never stopped, and now here we are, fully charged to play it out in the finals.
I'm not doing this to try to make a name. I just like the way it feels on it, the way it looks on me. Still got the fire when you try to be a flood, 'cause I like the way it feels on it. That little rush you blow.
It will not be easy. This time, less than ever. Today I'm running as an underdog. I'm starting third today, and in front of me I have an opponent who on paper is unbeatable. How can I expect to beat him if I did 3 practice and a qualifying with a setup twist in between, while he shot 6 free practice, 3 qualifyings and 1 race? He has thrice my kilometers right now. Not only will I have to come up with the impossible to keep up with Jufro, but I will even have to hope to go faster than him and pass him. But you know what? Screw the statistics. Fuck the numbers. Screw the miles. Races are races and anything can happen. In 2019 I was starting P3, second in the championship, and we all know how that turned out. It's now time to rewrite history, to relive that day. In 15 laps, I will either cross the finish line in P1 or I will not cross it at all. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going all in.
I'm not doing this to try to make a name. I just like the way it feels on it, the way it looks on me. Still got the fire when you try to be a flood, 'cause I like the way it feels on it. That little rush you blow.
The time has come, the race where a whole racing season may come to an end. This is race 1, it's not actually a match point because there is still race 2 tomorrow, but winning today is one of the most important things we can achieve during this racing weekend. However, I'm ahead of Jufro in the standings by 1 point, but that doesn't mean anything because we scored double points today, so the most important thing I can do is to finish in front of Paul Jufro. We are ready for the green. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, 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 go! The start was not that bad actually, but Gilles Linser on my right started pretty well. Look at that, look at that. Is he going to overtake Jufro in turn 1? He goes all the way wide. Let's go, Gilles, let's do it. Okay, he didn't make it, so I have to overtake Linser as soon as possible, not to lose the train of Paul Jufro in front of me. We got to turn 2. I am all the way in the outside, and I am back in the front of Gilles Linser. Now, my only target, my only goal is Paul Jufro, and look at that, guys. I just forgot to mention that Claudio Capelli got the lead. He got an incredible start, and that's a really huge gift for me because Claudio leading the race means that I can try to overtake Jufro if he gets stuck behind Claudio. But look at this now. It feels like Jufro is going a little bit faster than me in this first corner. Maybe I was too conservative on that chicane. That's scary, I know it, but let's see if I can keep up the pace of them. In qualifying I was fast, but I was not as fast as them. I was just 1/10 of a second per lap slower. It doesn't mean that I'm not as fast as them, but it just means that they are super fast this weekend. So I have to do my 100%, my 110% to keep it up with them. Now, let's see what happens. Claudio Capelli is going really fast. Paul Jufro is following, and I'm struggling a little bit to keep up with them. I see Gilles Linser is going slower than me, so that means I can breathe a little bit. I don't have the fear of being overtaken by Linser. I lost it here. Once again. Damn! That's not good, that's not good. Those curbs are wet. I have to be careful about that. But I'm losing time. I really wish today was like 2019, in that famous final I will never forget. Varano, race 1. We've been going for a few laps now. I'm behind my opponent, D'Ambrosio, the championship leader. To win, I have to beat him. So I study him, I observe him, I analyze him. And in that moment, in the middle of the race, in the middle of the corner, inside my helmet, I start to laugh. I laugh because I realized that I have more. That day, I was going faster. That day, I was going to win. E andiamo! What about today? Today is not like that. Today, Jufro is going faster than me, and I don't know what to do. I just can't readjust myself to the setup. I can't push. I'm in a big crisis. Yet, there is hope. It's yellow in color. It's first, and his name is Claudio Capelli. Claudio is running for himself, like everybody does. Claudio is running to win. And if Jufro wants to pass him, he will have to lose a lot of time, so I can take advantage of that. Heads down and let's keep pushing.
Vai bello, vai bello.
Okay, I'm starting to get a good feeling with the setup again. I'm starting to find my reference again. And I got them. I got them. We're all there, all the three of them fighting for the win for this race. Now, let's see if I can try and attack Paul Jufro. We get to the heartbreaking of this quite hairpinny corner. I just lost the rear a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. God damn it. I almost lost it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I threw everything away. I lost so much. I just missed the train. And now, down there, I see Jufro is going to pass Capelli. But it's not over yet. It's not over, guys. Let's keep pushing. And down there, I see that Jufro catch Capelli. And he's going to overtake him.
Zolder, Naska wants to get those wins in the books. To do that, he's got to get past Jufro. And it looks like Naska has dropped a bit
But
off
that
the
is
Giuffre.
Claudio Capelli, one of the toughest driver I've ever seen. And it's not going to be an easy overtake. Claudio will fight until the end. And so, let's close the gap once more. Let's try to catch them for another time, because this is my last chance to catch the victory and catch the title of European champion. Paul Giuffre is trying to attack Claudio Capelli, but he's braking super hard, super late. I saw a lockup from one of them. They are losing time. This is a great news. This is my chance. This is probably the only chance of the weekend that I have to put my wheels in front of those of Paul Giuffre. We get once more on the hairpin. He closes the inside, Paul Giuffre. He's in attack defend mode, so I can try to cross the line, have the best possible exit in there. Be careful of the track, be careful of the curbs, because they are wet. Now, let's prepare the overtake. I try to overtake in the inside, but then I move it back into the line. I try to cut the first one, to cut the second one, to have the best possible traction in the exit. And look at that! We are three fighting for the victory. Giuffre on the right, Capelli in the middle. We are three wide. We get to turn one. Boom! In the inside. What have I done? What have I done? Double overtake. Let's go! What have I done? What did I do? Only the inside with the car sideways, two in one shot. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. If today I win, tomorrow I just need to finish P2, then I will win the championship. But never mind the calculations. Now I just have to push.
Dai, 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 vai, vai, vai!
Into the climb chicane. Yes, he can. Nicely.
Tre decimi, vai, vai, vai.
Remember that last time.
8 decimi, vai, vai, vai.
So, can I be comfortable? Do I have more? I'd like to say yes, but the truth is, I don't have more. I'm on the edge. I can't go any faster than that without making mistakes. I see him there, I see him in the mirrors, and at this moment I understand that those meters, those 8/10 of a second that we saw earlier, they did not mean that I'm faster. They just meant that probably Paul Giuffre made a mistake, and now he's getting closer and closer. Guys, I am pushing like hell. I am giving my 100%, even more, 110%, but I'm still struggling with the setup. This is probably the hardest setup you can ever drive on a race car like EuroNASCAR, and not having enough time to get used to it and relearning it during the qualifying was really bad for me. But never mind, let's keep pushing. He's getting closer, closer and closer, but I am ahead. So overtaking me is going to be a really difficult task for Paul Giuffre. 7 laps to go, 6.5 actually. We get to the part where I was fast actually, but it looks like he's a bit faster than me, even if it's my favorite part of the track. Now we get to the hairpin. Let's try to brake as hard as possible. Let's try to corner as fast as... I had a lockup. I had a lockup. That's not good for the tires, not good for the pace. And look how much time I lost. Now I have to defend the inside and the final chicane. I have to cover the attack from Paul Giuffre. Let's turn left. I lost it in the rear. Let's turn right. I'm struggling with the grip. No, no, no! I touched the wet grass. That was not good. Now Giuffre is at my side. He can't overtake me. I have to brake as hard as possible in turn 1. We get once more, side by side. Let's try not to hit him. I just touched him, so I let him space to rejoin the track. We get to turn 2. I brake as late as possible.
Giuffre is in the lead. Is that Alberto Naska in second? No, Naska has not come through.
No.
Sono insabbiato, non riesco a partire.
We know that Paul Giuffre has crossed the line first to take the win at the circuit Zolder. Jill Linster takes second place, third place.
Don't know what to say. It went like this. For a moment, I had the title of European champion in my hands. A few moments later, all destroyed. What happened there? How did it end up like that? I wanna see the images again. I was pushing hard, too hard, so I just touched the ground on the way out, zero grip. Giuffre overtakes me. And I can't let him. So I brake super late, side by side, I take him wide. I re-enter the track, giving him space to re-enter. Then we get to turn 2, I'm ahead, and... boom. Maybe I closed the line too much. He had the space. I let him space. But wait a second, we are perfectly side by side. If I closed too much, we would have perfectly touched each other's doors and I wouldn't have ended up spinning. So why did I end up spinning instead? That happened because he hit me in the back.
Mi sembra che mi tocchi prima dietro che davanti. Oh, lui l'ha persa qua,
How did he hit me in the back if we were side by side? Wait a second. Listen to this. Those are sleeping tires, but they're not mine. They're his tires. Do you want to tell me that? He lost the rear. That's what happened. He jumped in desperately and lost the rear, and with his rear he hit mine, causing me to spin. He threw me off. Fuck that. Straight to race control to file a protest.
So, in the end, there is the decision from the race control, 30 seconds penalty to Giuffre. Now, you may say, wow, great, you might be happy. Of course not, because look at the standings. However, let me explain what happened in the crash. In turn 1, we touched a little bit, he went wide, and I behaved even too correctly, because I could have forced him to stay off track, but instead I decided to move left and leaving the space to rejoin the track safely. I should drive more dirty next times. So we get to turn 2, he is half a car behind. I brake really late and he brakes even later. What's the problem? He's braking in a dirty part of the track. So what happens? He gets too fast and at this point he loses the rear and hits my rear with his rear. Yeah, because we were side by side. If we hit like this, nothing would have happened. But why did I spin? Because he hit me in the rear. And the only way he could hit me in the rear is by losing control. That's what happened. 30-second penalty. And yeah, these are the standings. Championship over. I mean, I still have a chance to win the championship. The thing is that Ziorsis, Giuffre and Linster, all of them must go out. How? Like the Third World War comes to the track? So, this is the second year in a row that I lose. Still not over yet, but against somebody who races in both divisions. So, the advantage is too high. I would really love to try for once in my life to race against somebody at my same level. same conditions, same opportunities. So I decided to open a crowdfunding where anybody who wants can help me to build the budget for the next season, because at least once in my life I want to try it. I want to say, okay, now I'm racing like the other ones, same budget, same tests, same kilometers, and in that moment you really see who is the fastest. So if you want to help me, guys, I will leave the link in the description. Thank you so much for your help. Now, what about tomorrow? I don't know.
Well, he hasn't actually won it yet. More importantly, he's not even first in the championship. But why do I say he's won it by now? Because in race 2 he starts P1, and Tjorsis, the only one who can still mathematically beat him, starts P9, and he doesn't have any. There would be one way to restore justice, however. Race 2, I make a good start, Lindster leaves the door open, I slip in, I brake like crazy, trying to overtake Jufro, and I return the favor. Nah, I'm not that type of driver. That's not how I want to be remembered. All I ever wanted was to enter people's hearts as someone who fights, struggles, wins with fairness and respect, not as someone who wins by throwing the opponents out. Race 2, I won't even show you it. Great start, but I didn't do anything stupid. Also because 2 hours later, with that same car, my teammate Jimmy Ercoli was supposed to fight for his championship. So, for respect to Jimmy Ercoli, I can't crash it. So, I lift. I fight with my opponents, I even do some overtakes. But at this point, even if I win the race, in order to become champion, Jufro, Lindster and Tjorsis should retire all the 3 of them. So that's impossible. At some point the rain comes, everyone's struggling with slick tires on wet, and on the last lap, icing on the cake, one lap driver first blocked me, causing me to lose the position, and then hits me, sending me into a spin. Paul Jufro is the champion of the EuroNASCAR 2023. That's a victory that will make a lot of discussions. But these are the races. Sometimes victories and defeats are maybe unfair, but this is racing. The only thing that I'm still struggling to accept is that for 2 years in a row, the winner of the EuroNASCAR 2 championship was a driver that was also racing in the Pro. And that makes the competition not balanced. It's like racing in Formula 1 with twice the budget cap. Let me be clear. We all know that in motorsport, the driver with more kilometers wins, and to make kilometers you need to pay. But one thing is doing kilometers during the racing season, while the other is doing them during the racing weekend. It really gives you a huge advantage in terms of setup, confidence. So now that everything is over, I'm thinking back to this racing season, and I realized how much effort it was for me, for us, to make this racing season possible. We are now thinking what to do next year, in 2024. If I was a driver that races for fun, that would be great. I will do it over and over again. But you know, I race to win. And so, unfortunately, the only decision that I can take for next season is either we find the budget to make both classes and be as competitive as my opponents, or otherwise it's not sustainable for us to do another season like this one. For me, it would be a huge sorrow not to continue racing in EuroNASCAR because the car is great, the championship is awesome, but if I want to win, the only way I can do it is to find the budget to do both classes. So after all these years, I'm asking for your support. Racing is Life in this channel and in the other channel was always free. I always produce all the contents by investing myself, by spending thousands of hours of editing and posting every video freely on YouTube. So now I'm asking for a little help from all of you. I just opened a crowdfunding on the GoFundMe page where any of you can support me for all the content that I produced and I will keep producing about racing. We've already hit 43,000 euros. I could have never imagined. I left the link below. All the budget that we collect will be dedicated to racing. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. And all I can say is see you in 2024.